what is the first thing which you do when you get up in the morning? Well, you brush your teeth and you wash your face. Now, how do you wash your face? Well, you take water from the tap and wash your face. So, the first thing which you do in the morning requires water, which you get from the tap. Now, once you get ready for the school, you pack your bags, you pack your lunch, and you also carry a water bottle with you. And in the school, when the water in the bottle is finished, you go to the school tap and fetch more water. Now, the question is, where does the tap get its water from? Well, you must have noticed that there is a water tank. So, from the school water tank, the tap gets its water. Now, where does the tank gets its water from? Well, the school tank gets its water from the city water tank. In fact, city water tank stores a huge amount of water, and the entire city gets its water from the city water tank. But where does this huge amount of water come from? Where does the city water tank get its water from? Well, the city water tank gets its water from the rivers and lakes. So you see, it is the rivers and lakes which provide water to all the different tanks, and from those tanks we get water through the taps. So you see, these rivers and lakes from which we get water, these rivers and lakes are not man-made. We did not make them. These are created by the nature itself, and as a result, these are natural sources of water. So we get water from rivers and lakes, and these are the natural sources of water because they are made by nature, and we eventually get our water from these natural sources of water. So, can you tell me which of the following is a natural source of water? Is it river? Is it taps? Or is it water filter? Which is the natural source of water among these? What do you think? Well, it is river, because river is created by nature while taps and water filters are man-made. So, river is a natural source of water. Now, where does the water come in the rivers? Well, the mountain tops are covered with snow, and when sunlight falls on that snow, then the snow starts melting, and the water which is generated from melting of snow, this flows down the mountain and reaches our cities, and this flowing water body is river. So most of the rivers get their water from the melting of snow on the mountain peaks. Now, Brahmaputra, Indus and Yamuna are such rivers which get their water from melting of snow on the mountain peaks, and these flow through many cities in our country and provide water to all the people living in those cities. Now, have you ever imagined these water tanks and taps through which we get our water? Were they always there? Not really. What happened in the older times when there were no tanks or taps? How did people get water? Well, in those times, people got water from the natural sources of water itself. So in earlier times, when there were no tanks or taps, people actually went to the natural sources of water and fetched water in such utensils and carried them back to home. Unfortunately, even nowadays, there are some parts of the country where people don't have the facilities of water tank and taps, and they actually carry water from natural sources of water and carry them back home, covering a huge distance by foot. Now, for all such places where natural source of water is pretty far or is not available at all, for example, a river may not flow through a city, then how will those people get water? Well, for that, we have created some artificial sources of water, which are tanks, dams, and canals. Now, even these have water coming from the rivers, but we have stored it in a different way so that if the natural source of water, that is river or lake, is too far, we can fetch water from these artificial sources of water. And since these are man-made, we call them artificial sources of water. So apart from the water which is visible on the surface of the earth, there is another source of water, and that is called underground water. Now, what exactly is underground water? Well, whenever rainfall occurs, some of the water seeps down the surface of the earth and gets stored in such spaces below the surface of the earth. And this water is stored there as it is. So, we have devised some methods to actually extract this water and use it. So, tube well is such a device which helps us get water from underground. So, using a tube well, you can get underground water and you can use it. Also, you can use a well. So, a well is dug and water is taken out from the underground using such utensils. So, you see, these are two of the methods in which we can actually extract underground water, which is stored below the surface of the earth. Now, we know that the rivers, ponds and lakes which are made by nature are called natural sources of water, while tube well, an artificial lake, dam or a canal, these are man-made. That is, these are not made by nature. We have made it. And so, we call them man-made sources of water. Now, can you tell me, apart from all these sources of water, have you seen any other source of water? Well, yes, whenever you go to a sea beach, you see a huge water body. It is so huge that you can't actually see the other end of it. It looks endless. Well, it is the sea. A sea has a huge amount of water. Then why don't we call it a source of water? Well, that's because in the sea, the water which is there, it's very, very salty. And salty water cannot be used to drink or for any other purpose. So you see, seas have lots and lots of water, but the water is salty. And because it is salty water, we cannot use it. We can only use fresh water, which is available in natural sources of water such as the rivers, lakes and ponds. So you see, if we talk about water, 70% of the earth's surface is covered by water. So there is a huge amount of water on the earth's surface. But from that huge amount of water, only 1% is fresh water, which can be used directly by us. So you see, there is a huge amount of water on the earth's surface, only 1% is readily usable. So you see, it is a very small amount which is available to us. And you see, this water is very precious, not only us. So you see, in that 1%, all the different animals and plants also have their share. So water is very precious and only 1% of it is available to us in the form of rivers, lakes and ponds, that is natural sources of water. So you should be very careful in using water and you should not waste it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English, and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You also get amazing prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches, and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.